argument to me for having a combined unit. And Diana's going to take the other side.
Oh, I could. I was going to ask a question.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the other side is horrible, right? I mean, that is the way that you have to work together with the full-time faculty. I am president of the part-time faculty union. It's a private school, so the full-time faculty cannot form a union. But
does everybody know about the yeshiva decision?
No.
Yeshiva? It's the ruling that says if you're a private university, your tenure-line faculty are defined as managers and therefore can't form a union.
although it's being challenged, and hopefully it will be challenged.
That's a
To
Supreme
be
Court.
precise, the tenured line faculty are not protected in their right to unionize.
Yeah.
But they can form a union.
Oh, right, you
And
can
so
always-
they are in
yeah.
the same position that
Right.
coal miners were in
Right.
1932.
Right.
That it was not illegal for coal miners to unionize in 1932, it's just there was no legal protection.
That's right.
And so if the
Right.
tenured line faculty are militant enough
Right.
to strike, they could still unionize.
The way people got unions was by just making them anyway.
My question was about accreditations. Can we challenge the accreditations to look into what's happening and has been happening with the
But I
part-time
know
faculty?
that's come up when, so at American University in Washington, which is private, and so the tenure line faculty are not advertised, they have a three-tiered system. So there's the tenure track, the adjuncts who recently successfully voted for a union. But AU has a mid-grade group, which is where I fall, which they call term faculty. And they're contract faculty on a year basis. And after 7 or 8 years, you might get a 3-year contract or a 5-year contract. And there are questions about whether or not term faculty, where they fall in relation to the yeshiva decision. But one of the things that came up at American, if adjuncts are 45 to 50%, people in my position are 25%. So you have 70 to 75% contingency at AU. And there's been discussion about whether that could become an accrediting issue. And that's been talked about in the union as one approach to deal with the high percentage.
Does U.S. News World Report include that in their rankings?
No, not as far as I know.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
And I think that's
Yeah,
been discussed as
NFM
well.
could work on that.
And that also they have that thing, the best universities to work for, right? That's also, there's been an effort to have rates of contingency factored in to however they figure that out as well.
All right, I think we're probably right at the 12:15 mark. If you have the evaluations on your table, would you please take time to fill them out, please? And also the commitment card, fill this out. I'd like to thank the presenter.
I want to thank you, Mona. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you, guys.
I want to thank everybody that came to the discussion. This was
Yes.
a really good discussion, and I'm so heartened to see how many people are interested in the subject, because I think it's so important.